Hey guys, what's going on? Blaine back for another video, and this one is going to be a bit different from the ones that I usually do. This one's going to be part retrospective and part update, because I haven't done an update for this channel in over a year or so, and with the milestone that I recently just crossed, I figured why not get rid of two birds with one stone. Recently, as of a few days ago, my channel crossed the threshold of reaching over 1,000 subscribers, which to me is just amazing. The fact that over 1,000 people spread across the world want to listen to what I have to say about movies is absolutely phenomenal. I can't thank you guys enough for the attention that you provide to this channel. It initially started out as a gaming channel 8 years ago, actually 9 years ago now that I think about it. It was just me playing on my Xbox 360 and PS4 and just seeing what kind of views I could get with the gameplay videos I was putting out there. And after a while, I kind of just stopped doing it just because the traffic wasn't there for my channel. After enough time had passed, I started thinking about what kind of content I could do for my channel again. I knew that I didn't want to just go straight back into video games because then I'd be back to where I had started. Instead, I decided to center all of my videos on movies, which is a subject that interests me a lot more. At the time, my video editing skills wasn't really the best, so I knew that if I was going to get back into the swing of things, I had to take things slowly and approach a subject that was near and dear to me, which ended up being the James Bond series. So I decided to review all of the James Bond movies in a series called 25 Dry Martinis that is still ongoing to this day. Right around this time the pandemic hit, I lost my teaching job and I found myself with way more free time than I thought I would ever have, which meant that I had a lot more time to watch and review movies. Eventually, I kinda got bored of just doing James Bond reviews all the time, so I decided to make a New Year's resolution for myself and plan to review as many Netflix original films as possible before the end of 2021, and that of course led to where we are now. Although I've since gone back to working full time, making videos is pretty much an integral part of my life now. It's at a point where I start to feel weird if I don't work on a video on any given day. I will admit that the growth of this channel is slower than I would like, especially since I do plan to monetize it someday, but for the time being I am happy where it's at. There's still plenty of traffic coming to my videos, but it's not at a point where it overwhelms me. Speaking of traffic, I'm happy to say that the vast majority of comments that I get on my channel have been nothing short of nice and friendly. It's surprising to me the kinds of countries that I see these comments coming from, by the way. I've gotten people from Indonesia, the Middle East, and from all over South America, all thanking me for reviewing movies that come from their countries that would otherwise go unnoticed. And of course, I also get my fair share of mean, nasty, and negative comments too, which honestly I rarely if ever pay attention to. In fact, most of the time I just straight up block and remove them, because I simply don't have time and energy in my day to give them the attention they want. That's not to say that I don't listen to valid criticisms though. For example, there was a time last summer where people kept pointing out in the comments that I was staring wide-eyed into the camera like a fish and never blinking. And after looking back on a couple videos after the fact, I started thinking to myself, yeah, this is kind of weird now that I think about it. So I started to blink in my videos more from that point on. The videos are kind of random in terms of expectations that are set out. I never know if a video is going to end up being super popular or if it ends up only getting a couple dozen views in its lifetime. I simply have no idea when I post the video, so it is kind of frustrating in that sense, but it's also fascinating to see the kind of reactions that do come out. The Al Rawabi School for Girls video, I had no idea that that video was going to be as popular as it ended up being. Currently, it's sitting at just over 30,000 views and still has people commenting on it to this day. I've had people comment from Israel, Palestine, Egypt, Algeria. I even had a Lebanese man from France directly reach out to me via email, and he relayed his own experiences that he had with bullying to me. And while it's terrible the things that happen to him in this regard, it's also amazing the kind of discussion that this video has been able to promote. This is exactly the kind of thing that I hope to achieve with this channel, to be able to promote positive, healthy discussion of topics and messages that are conveyed through cinematic form, as well as whether or not they're any good, because believe me, I've seen my fair share of bad movies as well. Some of you who followed my channel for a while may have noticed that I've started to review movies from other streaming websites lately. I obviously still plan to review movies from Netflix, but I also want to branch myself out a bit more and see what else is out there. It's a bit different with how I have to go about doing it because there's certain services like HBO Max and Hulu that we simply don't have access to, but we're still able to watch them via other services we have here, so I still plan to watch them regardless. I've also thought about reviewing movies that are available exclusively in movie theaters. I recently watched The Batman and loved the heck out of that movie, and I thought about making a review for it, but I decided against it because I didn't want my video to get lost in the crowd of all the other Batman reviews that had come out before it. But I am still thinking of reviewing movies that come out exclusively in theaters, so if you think that's a good idea, let me know in in the comments below. Other kinds of content I plan to do in the future would be more investigative in nature, kind of like the alt-angle videos I did in 2018, for those of you who remember that far back when I did them. I only ended up doing a few of those videos at the time because I didn't realize how time-consuming the research would be, but now that I have a better handle of my editing skills and I just got the itch to do those kinds of videos again, I really would like to explore the sinister side of Hollywood from a more cynical point of view. And finally, there's the 25 Dry Martini series, which is still ongoing to this day. There are some people who are only subscribed to my channel just to see my James Bond reviews and nothing else. And I want to let you guys know right here and now that the videos are coming. Trust me, in fact, I'm actually more than halfway done on my GoldenEye review at this point, and I hope to have it out some point this month. So again, the videos are coming, they just take a while to do, so I appreciate your understanding and patience in this regard. I think that's pretty much everything that I wanted to cover in this video today. The only thing I have left to say is thank you so much for supporting this channel and helping it get to where it is today. Whether you've only followed me for a few weeks or you've been with me since the beginning, I want to let you know that I really appreciate every single thing you've done for this channel. Every like, every comment, and every subscription helps the channel grow more and more, and it just promotes positive discussion of movies. I can't tell you how many times I've gotten notifications from YouTube pop up on my phone, and I'll get comments from people saying things like, "Wow, thanks so much for bringing attention to this movie, I really appreciate it." Or they'll say things like, "Wow, I had no idea this movie existed, thanks for bringing it up, I'm going to check it out right now." I just love getting comments like that pop up on my phone. They really brighten up my day when that happens, and I hope to be able to make a career out of promoting positive discussions of movies going forward. Anyways guys, thanks again for supporting this channel. I hope you enjoyed this update and retrospective, and as always, stay tuned for more reviews in the future. Bye bye!